This time, Mike Edwards is going to take the ball the other way. He's going to get it all the way down to the 2-yard line, and they will score a touchdown off of that turnover. The Buccaneers thumped the Packers 38-10. Here's Matt LaFleur on how his team got out-coached today.
That was a pretty frustrating day today, and got out-coached, got outplayed. You got to give the Bucs all the credit in the world. They had a good game plan, and they really took it to us in really all three phases. But, we just got to make sure that we stick together. We got to bounce back.
And the Packers slipped to 4-1 on the season, and left tackle David Bakhtiari left today's game with a chest injury. Coming up in sports, we'll hear from Aaron Rodgers. Guys?
All right. Thanks, Rod.
And in-person absentee voting begins this Tuesday here in Wisconsin, and many working the polls will be doing so for the first time.
Yeah, our Stephanie Haynes introduces us to one young man who helped recruit those young poll workers.
If you're planning to vote early, you'll likely see some young faces working the polls, thanks in part to 17-year-old Jacob Major. He says he'll never forget the April primary.
I saw the large lines outside Riverside University High School, and I saw democracy fail.
Jacob wanted to do something about it, so he joined Poll Hero. It's an organization that helps recruit young people to become poll workers or election inspectors. The organization says it's galvanized more than 30,000 workers nationwide, and Jacob says there are about 800 signups in Wisconsin, mostly in and around the Milwaukee area.
Me bringing them this opportunity is an incredible experience.
It appears he's made a difference. Milwaukee elections officials announced last week more than 4,000 people have signed up for elections training, well over the 2,400 needed to fully staff 173 polling sites.
We have done more than what was expected in order to prevent another disaster.
That many people have decided that, again, even in the middle of a global pandemic, that they are, low risk enough and that they are committed enough to doing the training and spending a day working at the polls. I do think that could easily be thought of as some sort of commitment, some sort of level of enthusiasm about the process.
Statewide, at least 32 counties are reporting they are still understaffed at the polls. In Milwaukee, Stephanie Haynes, TMJ4 News.
And some folks are gearing up for that early in-person voting.
Lauren Linder has more on what you can expect as clerks in the state prepare to open their offices for absentee voting.
The Zeidler Building is one of more than a dozen polling locations in Milwaukee where people will be able to vote early starting Tuesday. What turnout will look like remains in question. The last few weeks, this remains the scene across the country as polls open for early voting. Lines snaking down the sidewalks with some people waiting hours to cast their ballots. But will this be the case come Tuesday when early voting starts in Wisconsin? That doesn't matter to Guy HUFFMAN, who lives on Milwaukee's south side.
What we see, we see. If we have to wait, we'll gladly wait and get the job done. I think there's a lot of people that are willing to do whatever it takes to get their vote counted this year.
Though so far, the state is seeing unprecedented numbers of people voting absentee. According to the Wisconsin Elections Commission, as of Sunday morning, nearly 860,000 residents have already cast their ballots. That's about 25% of the total turnout during the election 4 years ago.
There's a lot of eagerness to vote by mail, and I think less eagerness to vote in person.
Barry Burden of the Elections Research Center at UW-Madison says he expects in-person turnout to vary in different parts of the state based on the number of early polling locations and whether local officials have installed absentee drop-off boxes.
I would be surprised to see the kinds of long lines that were observed back in the April primary here or in Atlanta or other places this fall.
While it's still unclear what will happen, both Biden and Trump campaigns are keeping momentum strong.
It's up to us to make sure that we are encouraging every individual that we can find that's an eligible voter to come out and vote.
We're taking nothing for granted. We're not remotely being complacent, and we know we need to work really hard to earn the votes of the Badger State once again this year.
Compared to the April primary when Milwaukee only had 5 polling locations, on Tuesday there will be 16, and Election Day close to the typical 180, with the hopes of reducing wait times. Reporting in Milwaukee, Lauren Linder, TMJ4 News.
All right, thanks, Lauren. Ivanka Trump will be back in Wisconsin this week, campaigning for her father. The Trump campaign made that announcement today, saying the president's daughter will host an event Tuesday morning here in Milwaukee. We don't know any other details yet, but she did make stops in northern Wisconsin just this past Tuesday. Wisconsin Democrats responding today to her planned visit, saying in part, across Wisconsin, voters are sick and tired of Trump's failures to lead, and as early voting begins, they are ready to send real leaders to the White House in Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
And for everything you need to know about in-person absentee voting, registering to vote, and more, just go to our website, tmj4.com/vote.
As coronavirus cases surge in Wisconsin, Miller Park opens tomorrow as a testing site. It will be open Monday through Friday, 11 to 6, and can accommodate up to 2,000 people per day. The weatherized tent in the stadium's parking lot has 6 drive-through lanes and a spot for walk-up testing.
Yeah, not too far away at State Fair Park, the alternate care facility is ready to take in non-critical COVID-19 patients. The state reporting there aren't no patients there so far since it opened on Wednesday. It will be used to help reduce the strain on coronavirus hotspots in our state where hospitals are reaching capacity. Now, it's free for the patients to be transported there and back to their hospitals, plus the treatment is covered with the Federal CARES Act funding.
The battle continues over coronavirus restrictions here in Wisconsin. Tomorrow, a judge will hear the Tavern League's lawsuit against Governor Evers' newest capacity restrictions. The governor's order issued last week attempted to limit the number of people who can gather in bars, restaurants, and other indoor places. Well, the Wisconsin Tavern League claims Evers does not have the power to do so. A judge last Wednesday temporarily blocked Evers' order. We could see a vote this week in the Senate on another coronavirus stimulus deal, but not everyone agrees on how much to spend.
President Trump tells our Charles Benson he's willing to spend a lot more to get a deal done before Election Day.
You have put a $1.8 trillion on the table. Will there be more money by Election Day? Do you have a deal?
Well, I want the money by tonight, but Nancy Pelosi doesn't want to approve it because she thinks it's good politically for her not to approve it.
President Trump wants another coronavirus stimulus deal, but it's not just Democrats he has to worry about.
But aren't you getting pushback from Senate Republican leaders?
I will take care of that problem in 2 minutes.
But it is a problem. GOP Senate Leader Mitch McConnell wants a vote this week on a $500 billion proposal that would provide funding for schools, expand unemployment benefits, and another round for the Paycheck Protection Program. Speaker Pelosi and House Democrats have already passed a $2.2 trillion relief bill that would include another $1,200 stimulus check and more money for states.
I wanted a higher number than she wanted.
What's your number?
I'd go higher than her number, and who knows what her number is. But if you said $1.8 trillion, if you said $2 trillion, if you said $2 trillion too, many numbers, I'm willing to go higher than that because it wasn't the people's fault.
Governor Evers and other Midwest governors sent a letter last week urging the president and congressional leaders to get a COVID-19 relief deal done. Senator Baldwin agrees.
I can tell you what I hear from my constituents every day, that this also has to include help for those who are displaced from their work because of the pandemic.
A vote in the Senate is expected Wednesday. Charles Benson, TMJ4 News.
As for the latest coronavirus numbers in Wisconsin, the state health department upgraded its data reporting system this weekend and likely won't release updated numbers until Tuesday. But Friday set a new record number of daily COVID-19 cases with more than 3,800. You can find a list of coronavirus testing locations and a breakdown of the numbers so far by county at tmj4.com/coronavirus.
Storm Team 4 now, we're in for a cold night and the potential for some snow showers tomorrow.
Alicia Wilson is out with the storm chaser with a closer look. Alicia.
That's right. Tonight's going to be a chilly night for sure. Upper 20s, lower 30s are expected. But today we had a high of 59 in Milwaukee. That's where we should be for this time of the year. But temperatures during the day were actually in the 40s. This 59 came just a little bit after midnight, and lows so far were into the upper 30s. And we picked up 0.01 of an inch of rainfall in Milwaukee. We're sitting at 32 now in Waukesha, 32 also in West Bend. Here at the Storm Chaser in Brookville, we're also at 32. 32, 39 in Milwaukee, 35 in Racine. So we're watching this little disturbance pushing across Iowa right now. This could possibly bring us some rain, mixing with snow at times as we get into your Monday. We'll be keeping a close eye on that, but you can see in your planner for tonight, clearing skies and temperatures by tomorrow morning near the lakefront in the mid-30s and highs only into the 40s. But we've got several chances for precipitation headed our way. I'm going to show you that in your 7-day forecast.
All right. Thanks, Alicia. Still ahead, stepping up to make sure no family goes hungry in these tough times.
Plus, SpaceX continues to make aerospace history. Details on their latest payload launched into orbit today. A group of Milwaukeeans stepping up to help others in these tough times. It's a story that is positively Milwaukee.
Yeah, the organization is known as Dream Team United MKE, and it organized a pop-up community cookout and grocery giveaway at the farm on Silver Spring. Families in need were given free boxes of fresh fruits and vegetables, milk, and baby formula.
But in times like this, we need to be boots on the ground within our own community, and it's us just showing love like we live here. So it's not somebody that don't understand your struggles or your challenges. It's us that even have been in that part where maybe we didn't have enough food or stuff for our family, and it's us that know it's a struggle to get there.
As the weather gets colder, they will be moving these pop-ups indoors at various churches and nonprofit organizations once a month.
Ignition. And liftoff.
Another rocket launch from NASA's Kennedy Space Center today for SpaceX. It's the aerospace company's 14th launch, carrying 60 Starlink broadcast satellites into orbit. That Starlink system, founded by billionaire Elon Musk, will eventually provide high-speed internet around the world. Storm Team 4 now. That cold air and the rain we saw today is going to continue into our work week, unfortunately.
Yeah, and dare I say we're even talking snow, Alicia.
Yeah, you know, we could see a couple of snow showers mixing in at times with the rain and possibly even some sleet. So we're going to be in a very active weather pattern over the next couple of days. Starting tomorrow, we're looking at some more scattered showers pushing in. On Tuesday, rain likely as well. And Wednesday and Thursday, we'll also be tracking some scattered showers and possibly even some thunderstorms on Thursday. Let's check out your Monday. We're going to get off to a chilly start tomorrow morning near the lakefront. Temperature is going to be in the mid-30s, upper 20s farther inland, and our highs tomorrow are going to struggle to make it into the mid-40s. So it's going to be in between hours that will hit that 45 degrees. It's 39 right now in Milwaukee with calm winds, 34 in Waukesha and Burlington, along with Lake Geneva. Kenosha's checking in at 38, and it's 35 in Sheboygan. So here we go. We've got this little disturbance pushing across extreme northern Missouri and Iowa. That's going to be trying to clip our southern counties tonight. So here we are at 2 a.m. This is showing up as rain from Rock County, Walworth County into Racine and Kenosha County. But right now it looks like the air is going to be too dry for any of that to hit the ground. But as the atmosphere starts to moisten up, could wake up to a little bit of a rain snow mix tomorrow morning around 7:30 across our far southern areas. And then as we head towards the afternoon, we're looking at better chances for some scattered showers. And there you see some of that snow trying to mix in between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock. But it's all out of here between 6 and 8 tomorrow. So that's definitely some good news. But for the rest of us, we could see a few peaks of sunshine early tomorrow morning. But we're going to wrap up the afternoon with the cloud cover and some scattered showers with some rain mixing in at times. So 32 for tonight, upper 20s farther inland, up to 45 for tomorrow. More clouds than sunshine, and also seeing a little bit of a winter mix. From there, it's all rain for the rest of the week. Temperatures gradually warming back up into the 60s, overnight lows into the 40s, and a balmy night as we'll be dealing with some showers and thunderstorms as we get into your Friday night.